The train station was crowded, full of people rushing in every direction. Among them stood a young man named Alex, holding a worn-out backpack and staring at the ticket in his hand as if it weighed 1,000 pounds. He was on his way to an important job interview, the kind of opportunity that could change his entire life. Yet all he could hear inside his mind was the echo of doubt. You're not good enough. You'll fail like always. You don't belong there. Alex had lived with doubt for as long as he could remember. Growing up, he wasn't the best student, not the star athlete, not the most popular kid. He often compared himself to others, and always felt like he came up short. Now, as an adult, the same voice haunted him. He had talent, he had dreams, but he lacked the one thing he needed most: belief in himself. As he stood there, lost in thought, he noticed an older man struggling to lift a heavy suitcase onto the platform. Without thinking, Alex rushed forward. "Let me help you," he said, grabbing the bag and setting it down with ease. The old man smiled, wrinkles deepening around his kind eyes. "Thank you, son. I don't know what I would have done without you." It was a small act, nothing extraordinary, but in that moment, something shifted inside Alex. The voice of doubt was silent for just a second, replaced by another thought. You were useful. You made a difference. The old man and Alex ended up sitting together on the train. They talked for hours. The man's name was James, a retired teacher who had spent his life guiding students who, like Alex, had once doubted themselves. James listened to Alex's story, the struggles, the failures, the self-doubt, and then he said something Alex never forgot. Do you know what the biggest lie is? That you're not enough. The truth is, you're already more than you realize. The problem is not your ability, but the way you see yourself. You keep measuring your worth against others when the only person you need to measure against is the person you were yesterday. Alex didn't know how to respond. He had heard motivational words before, but something about the way James said it, calm, genuine, filled with lived experience, made him believe it. When the train finally stopped, James shook Alex's hand and said, "Remember this. Every act of kindness you give is proof that you matter. Every effort you make, even when no one notices, is proof that you're capable. The day you stop doubting yourself is the day you truly start living." Alex carried those words into his interview. His hand still trembled, but instead of focusing on what could go wrong, he remembered helping the old man, remembered the smile of gratitude, and realized he had more strength than he gave himself credit for. The interview went better than expected. Alex didn't try to be perfect. He didn't try to impress. He simply spoke honestly about his experiences, his challenges, and what he had learned. Weeks later, he got the job. But that wasn't the real turning point. The real change came months later, when Alex faced a new challenge at work. A younger colleague was struggling, overwhelmed with doubt. Alex saw in him the same look he once carried every day. Without hesitation, Alex sat with him, listened, and shared the same words James had once spoken. You're already enough. Stop doubting yourself. Measure against who you were yesterday, not who others are today. The colleague's eyes filled with relief. In that moment, Alex realized something extraordinary. Kindness isn't just about helping others, it's also about proving to yourself that you have value, that you can lift others even when you once struggled to lift yourself. Years later, Alex became a mentor, guiding countless young people through their own battles with self-doubt. He never forgot James, the retired teacher who had sat beside him on the train and spoken words that lit a fire in his soul. The greatest twist of his journey was this: the man who once doubted everything about himself became the very person others looked to for strength. His doubts hadn't disappeared overnight, but each time he helped someone, each time he showed kindness, each time he chose to believe in his quiet worth, the doubts grew smaller, weaker, until they were nothing more than whispers in the wind. And the message Alex carried everywhere was simple: you will never doubt yourself again once you understand that your value is not in how others see you, but in how much you give, how much you grow, and how much you choose to believe in the person you already are. So the next time you hear that voice in your head saying, "You're not enough," remember Alex, remember James, and remember this truth: you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to show off. You just need to keep moving forward, one act of kindness at a time. Because the day you stop doubting yourself is the day the world begins to see the real you. And when that day comes, you will never doubt yourself again.